puppy trades, I want to do a video analysis update of the stock market. We're going to talk about the Nasdaq, Facebook, Tesla, Microsoft, and advanced micro devices to go over big tech. We're also going to talk about XLY, the consumer discretionary sector. We'll also talk about Chewy and eBay to go over the rotation in the stay-at-home stocks that I'm expecting this summer. And we'll also talk about Bitcoin, SOS Limited, and eBay to cover some crypto. Finally, we'll talk about XLE and Western Midstream Partners to go over some setups that I'm seeing in the oil and gas sector. Okay, so let's get right into it. This is the Nasdaq QQQ. This is a wave 1 and a wave 2 that we began a new cycle on from September 21st. So this is wave 1, wave 2, then we go on a wave 3 rally, and we put in a high around mid-February. We then have an ABC correction to put in a textbook wave 4 low. It's a textbook wave 4 low because the low of wave 4 perfectly retests the high of wave 1. So from this low in March, we began wave 5. This is wave 1 of wave 5. We have an ABC correction. We put in wave 2 of wave 5. Then wave 3 of wave 5 passes the 161.8% extension of wave 1. So this is very bullish. We have passed the 161.8% extension of wave 1. We've broken above the high of this ABC correction, and we've confirmed QQQ is in a new bullish impulse, okay? So what we're expecting at the very minimum is that 324 is going to hold as the low, okay? That's an important level because it's the wave 1 high and it's the 50% retracement of wave 3. What we're expecting, QQQ will bounce from this box between 328 and 334 impulsively, and if we take the length of wave 1, we place it at the bottom of the wave 4 box, at the very minimum, QQQ will go to 354. Now, if 333 holds as the low, then QQQ could go all the way to 360. But the bottom line is that at the very minimum, we're expecting 324 to hold, and we're expecting this melt up to continue into wave 5 of wave 5, and we're looking to be very cautious somewhere between 354 and 360. Now, we talked about in my prior videos how ending this 5-wave cycle in mid-May to late June and having an ABC correction would line up very well with the seasonality of the S&P 500. So the seasonality of SPY says that for the past 20 years, between mid-May and late June, the market can get very bloody, okay? And it does that, pretty notably. So what we talked about in some prior videos is that that would perfectly line up with this wave count we're seeing right now, where we finish wave 5 of wave 5, and then somewhere between mid-May and late June, we have a pretty nasty sell-off in the stock market that would actually be a historic, incredible buying opportunity before the stock market explodes this summer. So what's this, potential sell-off that we're definitely not going to short because it's a corrective wave? But what's this potential sell-off going to be good for bulls who have cash ready to buy dips? Well, first, this sell-off is most importantly going to get a lot of bears in this market, okay? I do believe that we're going to see SPY reach 460 by the end of the summer. I think we're going to even test 480 to 500 by the end of the year. But we're not going to do that if everyone and their mother is bullish the stock market, okay? We need bears to go higher. We need bears. We need them, okay? We need bears to go higher. We need to embolden bears. We need them to call for a crash that's already happened, right, before we explode higher. Okay, the second thing that this sell-off is going to do, it's going to force liquidate a lot of retail traders out of their margin accounts. So I know that sounds mean, but the market doesn't like to let retail traders win, especially not retailers who trade on margin. So that's why for Bitcoin, we look for these large liquidations as potential bottoming signals. Okay, but what we're looking for right now between 354 and 360, we get really cautious. And then between mid-May and late June, we have an ABC correction in the market. We have cash ready to buy this dip before the market explodes this summer, okay? And it will. But we need bears to go higher. We need retail traders to be liquidated out of their margin accounts. And we also need this blood to allow the big boys to rotate their money from the reopening plays to the stay-at-home stocks. And we talked a lot in my last video about how the options market with extremely low implied volatility across the stay-at-home sector and the electric vehicles and some of these big box retailers who are letting us know that we're about to rotate out of reopening and we're about to get back into stay-at-home stocks, electric vehicles, and big box retailers, okay? So here's how that looks on Facebook. Facebook has a wave 1, an ABC correction puts in a wave 2 low, and then it goes past the 161.8% extension of wave 1 to confirm a wave 3. From there, it has an ABC correction. So we had this whole box marked out that Facebook was going to bounce impulsively between the 38.2 to 23.6% retracement of wave 3. Okay, we said that we really wanted to see the wave 1 high hold, and we really wanted to see the 50% retracement of wave 3 hold. As long as 284 to 286 held, Facebook was going to go the length of wave 1, placed at the wave 4 low. At the very minimum, that was going to take Facebook to 336. So, pop quiz. When Facebook reaches 336, it reaches the conservative wave 5 target. Should you short it, right? Should you buy puts? And the answer is absolutely not. Okay, so this is what people have to understand about Elliott wave theory, and this is why they don't understand it, and it does more harm to them than good. You only trade waves 1, 3, and 5. You prepare for waves 2 and you prepare for waves 4. So what happens if you tell yourself, hey, Facebook reached 337, that was the wave 5 target, so I'm going to short Facebook now? Well, what's most likely going to happen is that Facebook is going to extend higher. It's going to say that wasn't a wave 3 and that wasn't a wave 4. That was another wave 1 and that was another wave 2. So if you short Facebook at 337, what's most likely going to happen is your broker is going to call you at about 357, 20 points higher. Okay, and if you tell your broker, I was shorting an anticipated ABC correction, your broker is going to tell you never short an anticipated ABC correction. If you think an ABC correction is coming, the only thing to do is have cash ready to buy the dip. Okay? In Elliott wave theory, the impulsive waves give you conservative targets. Okay? You never, ever, ever short a corrective wave. Ever. But this is what I'm seeing right now. The very minimum expectation for Facebook, that's wave 3. We had our impulsive reaction from the wave 4 low. And now if we clone the length of wave 1, place at the wave 4 low, Facebook will reach 336. Okay? Let's talk about Microsoft right now. Microsoft has a wave 1, an ABC correction puts in a wave 2 low, and now it has reached the equal legs target, which is the conservative wave 3 target. So what some people will say is that's the wave 3 high, we should be looking to buy a wave 4 dip. And I actually don't like that because what we're saying if we say that is that Microsoft has a shallow, shortened wave 3. I don't really think there's any reason to expect that. I expect that wave 3 is still in progress and that Microsoft will put in a wave 3 high at 267. So I don't think there's a setup on Microsoft right now. I think once 267 is reached, we should look for a shallow wave 4 correction before riding a 5th wave higher. So what that would look like, we would see Microsoft reach 267, we'd have some sideways action, and we put in a wave 4 low between 251 and 257, and then we take the length of wave 1, place it at the wave 4 low, and once wave 4 was put in, we would see Microsoft reach 285 4 to 6 weeks from the wave 4 low being put in. So the bottom line, if you look at Microsoft, if you look at XLY, there's a lot of evidence that wave 3 is actually still in progress. So this is wave 1, wave 2, we finish wave 3 at 267, have a shallow wave 4 dip, you take the length of wave 1, place it at the wave 4 low, Microsoft is going to 285. Okay, so that's a lot of evidence that the market hasn't topped yet, right? And even if you say, okay, well, I actually do think wave 3 is in, and I actually do think this is wave 4 right now, you're still looking for a 5th wave higher. It would look something like this. I think if wave 3 was in, it wouldn't be a wave 3, it'd be a nest, where we'd call that a 1 and a 2. But the bottom line, I don't want to get too confusing. It would look something like this. We'd still, at the very minimum, be looking to buy this box and ride a 5th wave higher to about 277. But I really don't think there's a setup in Microsoft right now until it reaches 267. But the bottom line, I don't think there's a way to count Microsoft where it doesn't go to the high 270s, the mid 280s would be my ideal target. And I think that's a lot of evidence that the market hasn't topped yet. So that just goes to show, I do think Microsoft is still within wave 3. We'd be looking for a shallow wave 4 correction at 267 to ride a 5th wave higher. And that is the exact same thing we see with XLY. So here's XLY. We haven't talked about this in a little bit, but this account is playing out very well. We have a wave 1 and a wave 2. We have a 3. We have an ABC correction. We put in a wave 4 low. And then from there, we have clearly started a new bullish impulse. Okay, so a lot of people will say, well, wave 4 broke the wave 1 high, so this can't be right. Okay, it's Elliott wave theory. It's not Elliott wave law. Plus, there's an exception to every rule. The exception to this rule is that this is very likely a leading or an ending diagonal. All that means is that wave 4 can break the low of wave 1. We talked about a leading diagonal on Verizon in my last video, but this is a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, an ABC correction puts in a wave 4 low, and then we have a wave 1 and a wave 2, and right now it looks like we're going to finish wave 3 at the 161.8% extension of wave 1, which is 182. We'd have a shallow wave 4 correction for XLY, and then bulls would look to buy around 174 and ride a fifth wave higher to 195 with a stop below 172 to 170. So, the bottom line is XLY and Microsoft are both really good evidence. The market hasn't topped yet. If you take, the 161.8% extension of wave 1, XLY looks like it's still within wave 3. Microsoft also looks like it's still within wave 3. So I expect more upside for Microsoft. I expect more upside for XLY. Microsoft should reach 285 and XLY should reach 195. Okay, so let's talk about some other stocks. Tesla. Okay, Tesla is the only stock in this market, as far as big tech is concerned, that hasn't accomplished a really important feat. Okay, what I'm talking about is if you take wave 1 and wave 2 for QQQ, and you take the 161.8% extension, QQQ has already passed this level. Apple has already passed this level. Nvidia has already passed this level. Okay, the only big tech stock really that hasn't is Tesla. Okay, and here's why that's important. Once QQQ passed the 161.8% extension of wave 1, it confirmed it was in a new 5 waves impulse. Okay, Tesla has yet to do that, which is pretty surprising because even Apple has already done that. But this is wave 1 and this is wave 2. I believe right now Tesla has formed another wave 1, had an ABC correction to put in another wave 2 low. So the stop right now is very close to where my previous stop was. It's the 61.8% retracement of this small wave 1 right here, which is 663. The invalidation level is all the way down here at 591. What I'm expecting right now is that Tesla will go 1, 2, 1, ABC, wave 2. And what we saw today, the entire market was red. Literally every stock in the market besides the airlines was red, but Tesla was leading the market up about 4 or 5% on higher than average volume, okay? Tesla's average volume is 33 million shares. It was up today when the entire market was red on 40 million traded shares, okay? So what I'm expecting right now is that this was kind of a harbinger on the last day of the week, the last day of the month, that Tesla is going to outperform during the last phase of this melt up. I want to see 663 hold, and then this is a 1-2, 1-2 nest. Tesla's going to blow past the 161.8% extension of wave 1, and in the coming weeks, it will confirm once it passes 828 that was an impulsive structure that Tesla formed from this low. Okay, from there we'd have a shallow wave 4 correction, and there's really no way to count Tesla. If these lows hold between 590 and 663, where it doesn't reach a new all-time high. Okay, and then when the market sells off sometime between mid-May and late June, this wave 2 correction would be a launch pad before Tesla explodes higher. We'd be looking for around 1,300 this summer. So it's no surprise that they're trying to scare everyone out of Tesla right now. What I also want to do is I want to tell you what the bears think. I'll tell you exactly what the bears think right now. The bears are saying that Tesla went on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves impulse, and then this was an A, B, C counter trend rally. So here's what every bear right now is looking to do. I think this is really interesting. You take the length of this. This is what they think. They're saying this is an impulsive structure, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then if you clone that and you put it at the high right here that we formed, that we're going to have another impulse down for Tesla. This is what the bears think. This is not what I think. But it's really important to know that a lot of people think that shorting Tesla to about 420 is a good idea. Okay, and that's really important to know because it's pretty rare that everyone is just openly bearish Tesla, but that's what they think. They think Tesla's going to fail right here. We're not going to break above this high, and they're going to short it down to 420, right? That's their plan, right? They think that's a good idea. I think that's a terrible idea, but Tesla, in my opinion, will go 1, 2, 1, 2, pass 828, have a shallow wave 4 correction, then break to a new all-time high, then it will have a wave 2 correction before it explodes this summer. Okay, so what's some more evidence? Well, if we look at the price overview of Tesla, we see in the options market, the implied volatility is at its 52-week low right now. So Tesla's already had a big move to the downside, but the options market right now has the cheapest options that Tesla's ever had, and the options market is telling you a pretty rare guarantee that you get in the market. Tesla will have a big move. Okay, that is a guarantee. The bears think it's going to be to 420. I don't. Okay, I don't think this big move is going to be to 420. I think Tesla right now has lured in the bears, right? It's gotten a lot of retail, it's gotten a lot of retail out because it's been underperforming. But Tesla really is 1, 2, 1, ABC 2. We'll see 663 hold for now. 590 is the invalidation. In the coming weeks, I really want to see 828 broken. And that'd be cause for celebration. It would confirm a new impulsive cycle before Tesla breaks to an all-time high and then blows up with the electric vehicle stocks this summer. We talked a lot about the electric vehicle stocks in my last video. NIO, Acromoto, Workhorse, they're all poised for a huge summer. Okay, they're all poised for a huge summer, and Tesla's definitely going to participate in that. I think it's actually really good right now that Tesla is acting like a clean energy stock instead of a big tech stock. Let's talk about another stock I get asked about a lot. This is Advanced Micro Devices. I actually do think there's a pretty interesting setup on Advanced Micro Devices. There's a couple ways to count it. Here's my favorite. This is the wave 1, and this is the wave 2 low that we had in 2020. And then we go on an impulsive structure to put in a wave 3 high. So this is a wave 3 high. The reason I like it as a wave 3 high is because this ABC correction has ended at exactly the 38.2% retracement of wave 3. So pretty clear levels right now. I think most importantly, we really want to see this low of 73 hold for AMD. If this low does hold for AMD, then this could be a huge breakout. Almost every other stock in AMD's sector for SOXX is well above this high. Okay, AMD has dramatically outperformed the market, and people who are used to AMD, who have traded AMD before, know that it likes to move on its own. I think Advanced Micro Devices could be, a large outperformer that a lot of people have fallen asleep on, while all these other semiconductor stocks have done well. So this is how I got AMD counted. This is the wave 1, and ABC correction puts in a wave 2 low. Then it goes on a wave 3 impulse. Okay, then we have an ABC correction to put in a wave 4 low at the 38.2% retracement of wave 3. So that's really why we have this evidence that this is a wave 4 correction on this larger degree. So here's how we get the wave 5 target. Wave 5 in Elliott wave theory is almost always either the length of wave 1 or the length of wave 3. So if we make wave 5 the length of wave 1, what we're going to see is that AMD wouldn't break above the wave 3 high. So wave 5 can't be the length of wave 1. Wave 5, in my opinion, will be the length of wave 3. So this is from 629 to 111. That's about 7 months. So 6 or 7 months from now, if 73 holds as the low, I expect AMD has completed a wave 4 low, and it is about to go the length of wave 3 placed at the wave 4 low, and that will take AMD to 123 in the next 6 months for this wave 5 impulse. Okay. Another way to count AMD, which is pretty interesting, very similar idea, is that this is the wave 1, this is the wave 2. I thought it was really interesting to note this low right here of 73.90, it was one of these lows right here, 73.85 was not broken, 73.85, 73.86. So this low that it formed right here was 73.85. This low that it formed right here was 73.86. AMD did not break above this low, below this low. I don't think that was an accident. I think there's another way to count AMD that's even more bullish, where it says this is a wave 1, and this is the wave 2, and then this is another wave 1 and another wave 2, and AMD is forming a massive nest. I think at the end of the day, 123 in 6 months is going to end up being a conservative target, but it all hinges on this low of 73 holding. Okay, so we need 73 to hold as the low. If 73 does hold as the low, this is either a very important wave 4 low, or it's a very important wave 2 of wave 2 nest that has just been completed. Either way, I think AMD will reach 123 in the next 6 months, so long as 73 holds as the low. Okay, let's talk about some stay-at-home stocks. This is Chewy, CHWY. Here's what I have for Chewy. This is another stock that has extremely low implied volatility right now. This is the count I have. This is 1, 2, and then we have another wave 1 and an ABC correction putting in another wave 2 low at exactly the 61.8% retracement of wave 1. So I think Chewy, CHWY, is getting ready to start wave 3 of wave 3. If we take the length of wave 1 and we place it at the wave 2 low, Chewy is going to go to 144. This is from 914 to 215. So in the next 4 months, I think 6 months is actually conservative. As crazy as that sounds, in the next 4 to 6 months, we're going to see this wave 1 high and this wave 2 low, which is essentially the same number of 75 hold as the low. So I want to see 75 hold. I know that's a pretty tight stop, but I want to see 75 hold. And if it does, I think Chewy has a lot of upside. I want to see Chewy, CHWY, turn up from here. Okay, I believe this is a nest. This is a 1, 2, wave 1, ABC correction, wave 2 being put in at the 61.8% retracement of wave 1. Chewy is going to go to the length of wave 1, place it the wave 2 low, and it's conservatively going to reach 144 in the next 4 to 6 months. But there has to be a stop right here at 75.14. If 75.14 was broken, the next level would be the 78.6% retracement of 66. Okay, so let's have 75 as a stop. I don't think that'd be the end of the world for Chewy if it was broken, but if that low does hold, there could be huge upside for Chewy. I can see Chewy, CHWY, being a massive outperformer during this stay-at-home boom. So this is a wave 1 and a wave 2, a wave 1 and ABC correction putting in a wave 2 low. Chewy's implied volatility is extremely low right now. I think that implied volatility is going to resolve in a large, fast move to the upside. We take the length of wave 1, place it at the wave 2 low. Chewy is going to go to 144 in the next 4 to 6 months. Okay, let's talk about eBay, another stay-at-home stock. Very similar idea with Chewy. We have a wave 1, an ABC correction puts in a wave 2 low, and then we broke above this wave 1 high. By the way, this wave 1 is very clearly subdivided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. Then we have an ABC correction to put in a wave 2 low, and then we actually broke above this wave 1 high. So we talked about Chewy a little bit last fall when it was down here, and it did break above this wave 1 high. So what I'm expecting, we talked about eBay a lot last fall when it was down here, and it did break above this wave 1 high. So I think eBay on the bigger cycle is incomplete until it reaches 80. Okay, that would be the length of wave 1, placed at the ABC wave 2 corrective low. What we've seen with eBay is we've broken above this wave 1 high. We've confirmed it's incomplete to the upside. I think what's happened is eBay has gone 1, ABC, wave 2. 1, ABC, puts in another wave 2 low at exactly the 61.8% retracement of wave 1. So I believe eBay, just like Chewy, is completing an Elliott wave nest, and it's getting ready to explode very quickly. Okay, so the conservative estimate right now is that from 1111 to 204 is less than 3 months. But I think 3 to 4 months from now, we're going to see Chewy, CHWY. Actually, that's 4 months. 3 to 4 months. I think 3 to 4 months from now, we're going to see Chewy go the length of wave 1 conservatively placed at the wave 2 low. And we're going to see eBay reach 71. So that's very bullish in my opinion. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves impulse. We have an ABC correction to put in a wave 2 low. Then we have another wave 1, another wave 2, put in at the 61.8% retracement of wave 1. And eBay is going to go the length of wave 1, place at the wave 2 low. That's going to take eBay to 71 very conservatively in the next 3 or 4 months. I actually think that's going to be very conservative because the larger wave 1 target will take eBay all the way to 80. Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. This is Bitcoin. We broke below 55K, but I do believe we're still setting up for a very bullish run for Bitcoin. I still do believe we're going to see 80,000, and here's how we get that. This is a leading diagonal, wave 1. We have an ABC correction to put in a wave 2 low at around the 61.8% retracement of wave 1 is where this wave 2 wicks. So as long as this wave 2 low holds, I expect Bitcoin is going to go the length of wave 1, placed at the wave 2 low. And that's going to take Bitcoin to 69,000. The time target is that this was from 301 to 414. So I think pretty conservatively in the next 6 weeks, we're going to see Bitcoin, it's sucked in a lot of bears. It's gotten a lot of retail traders liquidated. And I think Bitcoin's ready to go on a much larger run to 69,000. I think really conservatively in the next 6 weeks, we'll reach 69,000. I actually think it's going to be quicker than that because we're within wave 3. Then we have a shallow wave 4 correction before a 5th wave higher. So I really don't see a way to count Bitcoin right now where after it reaches 69K, we have a shallow correction before a 5th wave higher. That would be found by taking the length of wave 1, place it at the wave 4 low, and that would take Bitcoin to 82,000. Right now, we have to get to 69K before I can get a time target for wave 5. But realistically, in the next 2 months, in the next 3 months, we should see this 80,000 target reached. The first thing we need to do is get Bitcoin above this wave 1 high and show it's in a wave 3 impulse. The conservative target is 69,000. I think in the next 4 weeks, we're going to hit that. We have a shallow wave 4 correction. We go on a 5th wave higher. And that would be about 4 to 6 more weeks from there. So I think in the next 2 months, we will see 82,000 reach for Bitcoin. For now, the clear invalidation level is 47,000. I'm not quite sure there's a place to enter Bitcoin right now, but it's pretty important to know where Bitcoin's going if you are someone who trades the Bitcoin mining stocks, which we'll talk about right now. So this is EBON. We talked about EBON a lot. This is the wave 1. We have an ABC correction to put in the wave 2 low. And so right now, the invalidation in the stop loss level for EBON is 3.81. Okay, I don't want to see 3.81 broken. Would I rush out of EBON if it was broken? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm really in EBON shares for the long hold to get exposure to crypto. But this is a wave 1. We have an ABC correction putting in a wave 2 low. We haven't broken below 3.81 yet. I don't think we will. If we do, I'll update. But this looks like a lot of accumulation going on right here. This is wave 1. We have an ABC correction, wave 2. And then EBON is going to go to the bottom of the pitchfork and then the median of the pitchfork. I think this summer, as crazy as it sounds, all these crypto miners are going to explode. Okay, they're going to be another sector like the electric vehicles, like the stay-at-home stocks, that get a ton of rotation. I think what we want to see right now is that while Bitcoin starts to outperform the crypto coins, we're going to see the Bitcoin mining stocks also resume their dominance. Okay, the Bitcoin mining stocks and Bitcoin didn't participate in Litecoin and Ethereum's run. I think that they are going to become the new leaders as Bitcoin runs to 80K. So I really think the best way to trade almost the Bitcoin miners is to continue looking at Bitcoin and making sure the run to 80K is going on. As long as that run to 80K is still intact, I'm expecting that we're going to see some large outperformance from the Bitcoin miners. I'm expecting this summer, EBON will go to the lower bound of the pitchfork and all the way to the median of the pitchfork. The minimum target right now would take EBON to 14. But once this wave 1 high is broken, this is a massive base. So, you know, it's all about risk reward. And I think these crypto mining stocks might be the last way to get exposure to Bitcoin for those who missed Bitcoin below 10K. Okay, here's another Bitcoin mining stock I lot. This is from China as well. So EBON and SOS are both from China. This is SOS Limited. I think it looks something like this. We have a wave 1 and a wave 2 correction. Then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves impulse to put in a larger wave 1. And then we have an ABC correction to put in another wave 2 low. So right now I'm expecting, to be completely honest, the invalidation is all the way down here at 1.92. That's pretty wide. I really think for these, crypto mining stocks, the best forms of risk management for me personally are going to be position sizing and time horizon. My time horizon for these, Bitcoin miner stocks, I'm looking for a pretty long-term hold. I'm not playing, short-term swings. I want to get long-term exposure to Bitcoin mining or to Bitcoin through the miners. But this is SOS Limited. This is a wave 1 and a wave 2. Then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves impulse puts in another wave 1. We have an ABC correction right now, completing another wave 2. I think a really tight stop would be 3.54. The invalidation is really these wave 2 lows. But let's see 3.54 hold as the low for now. I really like seeing Bitcoin go much higher over the weekend. I think that we're going to see pretty quickly that these Bitcoin miners are going to start to outperform as Bitcoin starts to outperform Ethereum. So this is wave 1. At the wave 2 low, that would take SOS to 18. I'm expecting 18 to be reached for SOS this summer. I'm expecting EBON to be reaching, pretty around that target as well when it reaches the median of this pitchfork. So I'm expecting a really good summer for the crypto miners. SOS and EBON, are, in my opinion, really good ways to get exposure to crypto pretty cheaply. So SOS, let's see 3.54, hold it low. We take the length of wave 1, place it at the wave 2 low. SOS is going to go all the way to 18. Let's look at Western, Midstream, and XLE real quick to wrap up this video. What I'm seeing right now is a pretty nice setup in the oil stocks. So this is XLE. We have a wave 1, an ABC correction puts in a wave 2 low, and then we start a wave 3 of wave 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5 of this larger wave 3. So the larger degree wave 3 target is the 161.8% extension of wave 1. That will take wave 3 all the way to 61.71. This also subdivides really well into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves impulse. And if we take the 23.6 to 38.2% retracement, as long as XLE is above 43, which I expect to hold, then we're going to see it go the length of this smaller degree wave 1, place of this wave 4 low, and that's going to take XLE to 61. I think XLE will reach 61 really in the next 6 weeks. And the reason I expect that is because this is from 10.29, so that's about a month, to 12.10. So 5 or 6 weeks from now, I think a tight stop could be this low of 46, but really 43 is that level I don't want to see broken. And if it isn't broken, we're going to go the length of wave 1, place of the wave 4 low. In the next 6 weeks, we'll see XLE reach 61. And so I like that we haven't reached the 161.8% extension of the larger degree wave 1 yet. We also haven't reached the median of this Andrews pitchfork. So last stock, this is Western Midstream. This is another stock within the oil sector. I really like this setup. It's a wave 1, an ABC correction puts in a wave 2 low. Wave 3 goes past the 161.8% extension of wave 1. So we have a textbook wave 4 setup right now. We need to see the 38.2% retracement of wave 3 hold. That's 15.59. If 15.59 holds as the low, I expect Western Midstream will go the length of wave 1, place of the wave 4 low, and it will reach 27. The time target is that this is from 4:01 to 6:18. So about 2.5 months. I think in the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to see 15.59 not be broken. We're going to go the length of wave 1, place of the wave 4 low, and we're going to see Western Midstream reach 27.